And then we're into what was an added bit of the building when I originally bought it in 2005 and 6. This used to be a lean-to with a mud floor, and we had it converted into a proper building. So it will be the kitchen. It will be our new kitchen. Needs a really big clean-up. And then through here will be the new room, and this whole wall is going to go, so it feels a bit more open plan, which should be nice. Because we're doing that from scratch, we can put underfloor heating in there, and that's, as we found out by being here in February, is pretty essential because it's freezing at night. So it's actually quite limited for indoor space, and this is going to be our new room. So it's I think it's 5 by 4 meters, roughly, and we're going to have patio doors roughly here, coming out onto this, which will be covered up to the edge of the building, with an open area going out into the garden. So very excited about this particular addition to the house. I was talking about where the doors were going to go, about here. We've got these really high-class superior doors which have proper grates on the outside, making it really difficult for anyone to take them off. Mosquito nets right inside of those, and then as you come in, and they do both swing back and get held if you want them, we've got proper safety glass doors that close like this with the shutters, so we can open them as well. So we've got a nice window here, and the wind around this area is prevailing north, and this is the north side of the house. So we actually now, on a really hot, ridiculously humid day like today, where we think it's about 90% humidity, get a lovely breeze coming through this room and out the door onto the veranda. So that's a really pleasant thing. We can shut the doors, obviously, really heavy duty doors. And we can open up the windows instead, so we've still got our lovely view outside. We opted to have a fan in the ceiling, which gives a very pleasant, gentle breeze. And what we have got coming, as you can see, the gaping hole this side and in the kitchen, we've got units which will blow out cold air, or cooler than the I think it's 10 degrees cooler than the room temperature outside, and 10 degrees warmer if we have it on the heating setting. So it's slightly cooling or it's slightly warming depending on what we need. And the fan also tilts so that it can make the room warmer with its warm air as well. Not quite sure how it does that. Pete does that. I don't do that stuff. Again. So our experience of being in Puglia in January and February especially, but actually last year, March as well, is that it gets really freezing in buildings like this. So we took the opportunity of being a new extension to have underfloor heating put in here. It's got 2 centimetre thick Trani stone slabs on top of it. So it will take a while to heat up, but it should make a real difference in the winter. We couldn't obviously dig up the floors in the original lamia rooms and do the same with that. So this room is going to be particularly cosy when it's colder. An added bit of the building when I originally bought it in 2005 and 6. This used to be a lean-to with a mud floor, and we had it converted into a proper building. So it will be the kitchen. It will be our new kitchen. Needs a really big clean-up. So this is our new kitchen, which I'm really pleased about. And it's huge by Italian standards, where they usually have the women dishing up the most incredible food in the tiniest cupboard space rooms possible. I've got a massive kitchen to work with. I'm really pleased with it. Pete put it all up for us. And we've also combined it with a rather sociable computer workstation space as well, so we can do all of that essential computer work when and if the Wi-Fi actually works, because it seems to be more than variable, if you ask me, around here. Over here, this gap here is where we're going to have the battery storage, lithium batteries for the solar panels and the inverter. So that will happen in the autumn. We're not quite ready yet for that. And likewise, we've got another space for another unit up here to puff out cold or warm air depending on what we need. A lovely 5-ring gas cooker with an electric oven, and unlike in the UK where they probably wouldn't let it anywhere near here, we have the huge gas canister actually stored within the cooker, which is very handy. So we opted to have another air source heat pump inside the house here. So there's a separate one in the lavanderia. They both run independently of each other, which is what we needed. So the hot water is pretty much instant. It's lovely and quiet, and I think it's rather nice looking. It looks like a person. So here I've got 4 bottles of limca, or limonca as our Italian Tyler called it today, which is not limoncello because I didn't use grain alcohol, but I use vodka, Smirnoff vodka actually. So it's limoncello made with vodka and added lemon juice at the end, and we call it limca out of respect for the fact that our neighbours are firm belief that we shouldn't call it limoncello because we haven't used grain alcohol, we've used vodka. So now to the bathroom. And then through here, we're going to have the bathroom, which I'm not going to try and fit in with you because it's so small. And there's really not a lot to see apart from an awful lot of mess right now.
Okay, Sunday the 3rd of April. It's a reasonably nice day today. I just thought I'd show you around. They have cleaned out the bathroom, or the new bathroom, what's going to be. So this here, the wall here is going to be knocked down. The shower is going to be extended out by about 1.25 metres. And now we've got a very, very tall ceiling, which actually I quite like. It gives it a real spacious sort of air inside the bathroom now, whereas before it's really tight.
Right, so we got most of our stuff from Leroy Merlin. That was a challenge. This sink, I think it was 4th time lucky that we actually got a sink intact, and that was down to the plumbers in the end who got it from somewhere else completely. We've got a heated bath towel rail because it does get very humid here, and in the winter it would be difficult to dry anything as well. The bidet, which is apparently a legal requirement in Italy. Nobody told us that. And we've got paving here, which we really like because it's got a sort of a grip on it and it makes it look quite interesting as well. So you wouldn't slide too badly, which, to be honest, you do on a lot of the Italian paving. So this is the extension that went on to the bathroom, and it's to hold the shower really. We're waiting for a light to come up here. The electricians are due to fit that in the next couple of weeks. And the shower, a bit like the toilet, we're really keen on our water preservation. So it's only a simple pull-out lever job that we urge people only to use when they need to lather up, and then switch it off. Switch it off when they need to wash down and then lather up without it running. So that, and careful flushing of the toilet and careful use of the water in here generally is what we're encouraging ourselves and other people to do. So we hope you've enjoyed this episode again of our renovations to the lamia. If you'd like to follow us, then we'd be delighted. You can subscribe or you can make comments in the box below. And I believe you can get a notification if you just want a notification about when the next episode comes out in 3 or so weeks.